Hello guys, today we are going to discuss about the main important thing that we have to learn. Okay, so we are done with almost all technologies like JDBC, servlets, JSP, and all these technologies. If you have learned all these technologies, okay, but still you are unable to create a project, like you are not unable to create a standard application. So in that case, you have to learn this concept definitely. So to in order to develop such kind of application, first you need to understand the layers of project. What are these layers of project? So we have almost three layers. Okay, those are, the first one is DTO, and the second one is DAO, and the last one is controller. We have total three layers. Those are DTO, DAO, and controller. What are these three layers? Actually DTO is nothing but a object which collects the data and transfer the data, and the DAO is nothing but a layer which is connected to the database, it is always communicates with the database application. And the last one is nothing but controller layer. Okay, this controller layer, it will handle all the transactions, means it will collect the data from the user, and after collecting the data, it will transfer the data to the DAO layer. Means how it is happening here, all the data is collected from the user with the help of DTO. Will be collecting the data from the user, and we will be sending this DTO object using DAO. We are sending the DTO object to the DAO layer, and from the DTO object we will be collecting all the data and will be storing inside the database. Okay, so now we will be seeing the short example to understand these layers. What are these? Let us take example class layers. So in this we'll be having main method, public static void main, string args, and we'll be having one method, public static void DAO, and here we'll be having one argument that is nothing but DTO. So we'll be accessing SOPLN of DTO. So to understand these layers, what I am doing is, this main method is nothing but controller. And this, as usual, the name itself, it is specifying it is nothing but DAO, and we have declared one argument which is nothing but DTO, which is used to collect the data. Now what we have to do, we have to access this DAO method. I am accessing DAO method. I am passing the data using this DTO variable. Here we will be passing some value called Rajnikant. So what is happening here, I am passing the value Rajnikant, okay, to the DAO method, which is matching with this argument. When I am passing this Rajnikant value to the DTO variable, this DTO variable is collecting this data, and it will perform the operations according to the DAO method logic. So this is how the execution flow will be happening. In same thing will be happening in case of layers of project. To understand in depth, I will be implementing at the class level. Okay, so now in every layers of project, in every application, first we have to design the DTO layer. How to design the DTO layer? We will be designing this DTO layer with the help of one principle, that is encapsulation. We'll be designing with the help of the principle encapsulation. Now I will be declaring one class DTO, and I will be declaring variables as private string id, and then not string, I will be declaring it as integer, and I will be declaring private string name, and then I will be generating getters and setters, getters and setters. Along with that, I will be generating toString method. I will be generating toString method. So this is how we design the DTO layer. So our first layer is completed, and the next layer we have to design the DAO layer. Okay, now we'll be designing the DAO layer. So it's a very simple task in order to design DAO layer. So we'll be naming it as DAO for now, and inside this DAO layer we will be creating DAO method. That's it. We do not do anything extra. And for this DAO layer we will be passing the DTO as the argument, and then we will be writing the code. Enter the DAO. Then after, and I will be passing it to the database. So for that, now I am writing for now SOPLN of DTO. So this is how we'll be designing DAO layer, and the last layer, which is nothing but controller layer. So inside the controller layer we'll be having main method. So inside the controller layer, inside the main method, we will be collecting the data using DTO object first. DTO equals to new of DTO. Then after we will be setting the data using setter methods. Set ID DTO dot set name. Some value will be setting inside, and then we have to, after collecting the data using DTO object, we have to send this DTO object to the DAO layer by creating DAO object, new of DAO construct. So now we'll be calling DAO dot save method, DAO dot save of DTO. Now whenever we send the DTO object to the save method, what is happening here? Inside the controller layer, what you are doing, you are creating object of DAO. Okay, before that we will be creating DTO object, and we are sending this DTO object to one of the method, that is save method. So what is happening inside the DAO? Inside the DAO we have save method. Okay, DTO is collected, and all the data is transferred in directly inside the database. This is how the execution flow happens, and you can observe here in every layer we are using DTO as a object which is used to collect the data and also transfer the data. This is the execution flow between the layers of project. And thank you guys.